maybe my favorite play I've seen in a really long time. All right, let's get into it. Some of the watch list this week could be huge if the market starts to pull back a little bit. So right here on the SPY, we have this weekly chart, kind of having a nice little chop session, but this daily chart finally broke this uptrend on Thursday. Friday, we saw a little bit of a rebound, but I think that might just be some consolidation for a larger move down. This real bearish engulfing to break out of this shows me that there's a lot of weakness in the market, even though Friday was somewhat of a green day. So I'm looking right here on the S&P 500 to be a little bit more weak to test this $400 level. I would love to see that. Tuesday with the inflation data could be a nice impact. I don't think that that's going to be as much of a driver as we start to enter into a deflationary state. So PPI data on Thursday is going to be more important for me to watch personally, but the market might react bullish if inflation's going down. It's supposed to be going down, but even though inflation's going down, deflation is on the rise, and that is not good for the economy either. So I'm watching this. I'm also watching Meta. Meta's huge. So Meta has this massive gap down on 153. I ended up taking a position on this breakdown, this humongous gap fill. So I'm watching that gap fill on Meta more than anything right now. So this gap fill all the way back down to 153, couple weeks out, couple months out, I think is beautiful. Same with NVIDIA, finally broke this uptrend. I think this has a lot of room down. So we saw a nice little bounce near the end of the day, but I think this is honestly a great opportunity to start heading down towards this $200 level, if not a little bit lower, down to the support line around 189 in a couple weeks. But I don't think it's going to happen all at once unless the market really does start to pull back. If there's some bad news, it feels like some negative headlines are starting to hit the news articles. So the economy is not fixed. The economy does not look good. Tesla is also in this big uptrend. I don't really think that there's much of a downtrend there, but my two favorites this week are NVIDIA down to 200. I love this weakness of these uptrend breaks, and Meta as well with that gap fill. I think that both of these are going to start to see a ton of weakness, but be careful. This is kind of like a bull flag-ish type of thing here, and the Bollinger Band is expanding. Could end up running up to 200, so be careful. Keep your stop losses. Betting on the downside is a little tougher because, you know, people love to buy more than they love to sell. But, yeah, so I'm looking at that Meta, NVIDIA, and SPY 400 level. On the upside, if we start to reverse, honestly, Tesla could start zooming back above 200 and really start breaking out towards that 220 level. So I'm more hesitant to play the call side. I think that the downside is really coming up here pretty soon. And across all the charts, we've just had these huge upswings in price movements to the upside, and I don't think a lot of I think that's all retail buying. I don't think a lot of institutions are coming in to buy up these dips just yet, at least fully. So I'm looking for the downside. SPY 400, NVIDIA breakdown, and that gap fill on Meta is maybe my favorite play I've seen in a really long time. So hopefully that helps you out. And if you need anything, hit me up.